A perfect morning to one and all. I am Sudhanshu Pandey and this is Malvika Sunil. We are research scholar in the Department of Green Energy Technologies, Madansi is School of Green Energy Technologies. We feel privileged to extend our warm welcome to all the guests, dignitaries, delegates and students on the behalf of UNESCO Chair activity of National Workshop on Advances in Nuclear Energy for Sustainable Environment. Organized by Department of Green Energy Technology, Madanji's School of Green Energy Technologies, in collaboration with Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, Department of Atomic Energy, Government of India. Now, it is time to commence the inaugural ceremony with the opening remarks of Professor R. Arun Prasad, Head, UNESCO Chairholder and Convener of UNESCO Chair Activity, National Workshop on Advances in Nuclear Energy for Sustainable Environment. With immense exultation, I would like to welcome Professor R. Arun Prasad to deliver the welcome address and a few words about the workshop.
Very good morning to one and all here. Good morning. So we are here to have another important event on National Workshop on Advanced Nuclear Energy for Sustainable Environment. Nuclear Energy for Sustainable Environment 2025. And of course, we are very much honored to have with us today our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Prakash Babu sir, for grace this occasion. Welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome Dr. Srinivas sir, Head, Experts in Nuclear Safety and Environment from IGCAR, sir. Welcome you, sir. Sri Ajay Kumar Das, Head, Expert Nuclear Fast Breeder Reactor Technology from IGCAR. Welcome you, sir. Then Madam Tirupura Sundari, Head, Material Science for Safety and for Nuclear Energy Application from IGCAR. Welcome you, madam. And also some of the off-dais from IGCAR, Dr. Ram Kumar Maithi and Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, Head, Nuclear Safety Resource, IGCAR, and Dr. Ram Kumar Maithi and Dr. Sri Raj Kumar, Senior Officer from Reactor Design from IGCAR. Welcome you all. So we have a very set of IGCAR experts from safety to the development. So today we are going to have a very important day, how nuclear energy is going to be a sustainable energy in addition to the renewable energy technologies. In addition, I would like to welcome our friend from colleges from Pondicherry, particularly Manakula Vinayar Institute of Technology, Professor Rajaram sir. Please welcome you, sir. And his team. I think he brought most of the PG students and third year BTech course students for this workshop. Thank you, sir. And I will be happy for Puducherry DD for coming over for covering this event, and also our EMRC team. Welcome you all. And of course our dedicated students who worked behind. Of course this workshop has been initiated just 3 weeks before when I got an approval from IGCAR. So with these 3 weeks, the hidden team, we have a big team which really worked for making this occasion. Today we are in emergency due to climate change and its related issue. Is not? Yes. The primary cause of this climate change and related issues is because of the energy generation and usage. Most of our energy currently still comes from fossil fuels, or you call it as a carbon-based fuels, mostly from coal, crude oil, and other petroleum products, natural gas, including LPG and CNGs. So it was well understood, last 3 decades before. But still we are working to move towards from carbon-based fuel to carbon-neutral fuel, or at least non-carbon fuels. Of course, we talk more about now today on hydrogen, non-carbon fuel, hydrogen fuels. But still, globally, 75% of energy still comes from carbon-based fuels. Only 25% mostly towards on renewable, and nuclear is still very less. Particularly in India, we are doing great in terms of towards renewable energy sectors. Solar is doing great, wind has done best, and of course renewable energy is moving much better than average of global. So we currently have primary energy production of nearly 35% of our energy comes from renewable energy, and around 60% from carbon-based coal and coal-based fuels. We are far better compared to global energy production scenario. So even though we have made a significant progress in the last 20 years on renewable energy, we now need to look towards another very important relook towards the nuclear energy sector. This is because our nation is energy starving nation. And we committed to have 500 gigawatts of renewable and clean energy by 2030. And we also committed to the international forum that by 2070 our country need to be carbon net neutral. In addition, we have a national determined contribution for reducing carbon emission by 35% by 2030 to the current level of 2005. So all these commitments really made us to relook to have an energy transition by mixing several renewable energy technologies. So I think we call it as 33:33:33. That is 33% energy from fossil fuels and 33% from renewable and 33% from nuclear. This is what the globe is looking for. Unfortunately, in India, the nuclear energy sector contributes very less, only nearly around 2%, if I'm correct, 2%. So this has to be increased to 33% in terms of this energy mix, because we cannot fully depend on fossil fuels and we cannot fully depend on renewable energy to mitigate the climate change. So considering all these things, we have to relook and make sure nuclear energy is also a part of it. This is a very clean energy. Nuclear, the word nuclear, it's also the clear is there. So you can imagine that is very clear that we have to go for nuclear, isn't it? Of course, the safety, other concerns being there, but this all, we have very high mature technologies out there. So today we have good experts to make you feel that, oh my God, we missed the boat of developing nuclear energy in our country. So in this context, so nuclear energy more or less emerged as an important and clean option. Recently, last budget government of India has made a target of 100 gigawatts of nuclear energy by 2047. That is to make it Viksit Bharat. By 2047, we need to move from 8 gigawatt. Currently, we are around 8.2 gigawatts of nuclear energy. Has to move towards 100 gigawatt within another by 2047. So I think the first phase is already started, if I'm correct, from the current budget. They are going to have several small modular reactors, which is named as Bharat Small Reactors, which these reactors are very small to have less than 300 megawatt of power generation, which can be also mobile also, it seems, as per the technology available. So we target at least 22 gigawatts of nuclear energy by adopting this small Bharat nuclear small reactor by 2033, if I'm correct. Then make sure by 2047 we have 100 gigawatt of nuclear power. So today we are fortunate to have distinguished speakers lined up from IGCAR. Thank you once again for all of you guys to be here to make this event a wonderful event for us. And I am confident that this workshop will be both interesting in terms of knowledge and inspire us, offering many valuable takeaways for all of us. That is nuclear. Okay, so it's very clear we have to go for nuclear. Wish you all a productive and engageable day ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your thought-provoking address and a catchy phrase. Let us mark the beginning of the ceremony by lighting the lamp.
Now we will move on to the release of workshop booklet of the UNESCO Chair Activity National Workshop on Advances in Nuclear Energy for Sustainable Environment 2025, organized by Department of Green Energy Technology in collaboration with Indira Gandhi Center of Atomic Research, Department of Atomic Energy, Government of India. We are incredibly privileged to release our workshop booklet, which is a fruition of the combined effort and determination of greater minds with high privilege and fulfillment. May I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor Paniti Prakash Babu, to release the workshop booklet. I would like to welcome Professor B.M. Jafar Ali, Dean, Madanjit School of Green Energy Technologies, to deliver the Felicitation address.
So, good morning, all of you. It's Honorable and beloved Vice Chancellor, Professor P. Prakash Babu, our benevolent and beloved personality, Madam France, Trustee of MSF, who is online, galaxy of distinguished speakers, resource persons from IGCAR, Safety, Quality and Resource Management Group, Dr. C.V. Srinivas, Head Environmental Division, Dr. S. Chandrasekharan, Head Health and Industrial Safety Divisions, Dr. S. Tripura Sundari, Head Surface and Surface Sensor Studies Division, and other dignitary, I missed the name here, and other invited resource persons from the IGCAR, and the workshop convener, Professor Arun Prasad, Head Department of Green Energy Technology, and UNESCO Chairperson, Deans of Schools, Heads of the Department, faculty members, and scholars. It's a great pleasure in felicitating this event and its distinguished resource persons and participants. You have assembled here to gain knowledge on valuable information on the nuclear energy for sustainable environment. I am sure you shall have a wonderful day ahead with the downpour of knowledge from these expert resource persons. All this exercise is part of India's vision on energy security, sustainable development goals, and commitment to carbon neutrality. In this direction, School of Green Energy Technology is contributing itself, carrying out a modest and impactful research on various aspects of renewable energy and creating a skilled human resources. The school offers MTech programs in green energy technology and nanoscience and technology for the past 15 years and continuing to train diverse engineering graduates on the renewable energy technology and other disciplines. By now, you can find our alumni in almost all of the premier Indian institutions and institutions abroad, a sizable population doing research in international institutions, some in develop themselves as entrepreneurs in renewable energy sector. I am happy to inform you that to keep in pace with this requirement of this trained human resource in energy and renewable energy, Madanjit School has launched 2 undergraduate programs, namely BTech Energy Science and Technology and BTech Material Science and Technology. As an additional piece of information, call is still open for both this program. You may pass on the information and interested can also apply. Today, we shall be learning the details of nuclear energy, which is one of the cleanest form of energy. We often miss to appreciate 2 cleanest form of energy in the globe, that is hydropower and the nuclear power. Hydropower was plenty available. We take it for granted and don't appreciate it cleanest form of it, particularly microhydral power. And the nuclear power, which is due to the risk and other safety issues involved, we get so frightened to have it. Now, the vision of India, the globe is clear on how a nuclear power has to be dominant. And even the countries which have huge fossil resources or for the nuclear power, you can see the global politics and dynamics. All fossil resource country is shifting towards nuclear power as well. Those are the 2 cleanest power available. This one-day workshop is going to enrich you on all pros and cons of this nuclear energy and its applications. In this direction, Professor Arun Prasad has taken a very valuable step in organizing this wonderful workshop and the arrangement mates to host with the invitation of the experts in this field and hospitality to the participant. He has taken utmost care for all your convenience. I congratulate and appreciate him for this purpose. I wish you all a wonderful time spent today and success for this workshop. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your shared wisdom. Now, with all due respect, we welcome the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor Paniti Prakash Babu, to deliver the presidential address.
Very good morning, all of you. The guests on the dais, Professor Jafar Ali, Dean, School of Madanjit Singh, Green Energy and Technology, Madam Francis Market on the online, Dr. Srinivas, IGCAR, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, IGCAR, Madam Dr. Tripura Sundari, Head, IGCAR, Dr. Bernardo Peer, Dr. Professor Prashant Ravindran, and my colleague Professor Arun Prashant, and the colleagues of the school and the department, other faculty members invited, especially the speakers and the visitors, registered participants, and faculty and the students from the Manakular Vinayak College, Engineering College, and other invited guests and media. It's a great pleasure to associate with the National Workshop on Advances in Nuclear Energy for Sustainable Environment, jointly organized by the Department of Green Energy Technology, Pondicherry University, in collaboration with the Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, Department of Atomic Energy. This is the need of the hour. The world should really think and work on it, because there are three challenges now the country is facing. One is the climate change, the other one is the energy insecurity or the energy crisis, then pollution. So these are the three important aspects that whole world is worrying about, but not adequately being addressed. Some of the or most of the developed countries must have the different source of the energy. Like Professor Jafar Ali indicated that the hydro energy is one among them, and other one is the wind energy. But most of the people underdeveloped or the developing countries, they use the fossil fuel for many things, including the coal. But they're all not very safe for the environment, as you are all learned speakers and as well as the participants. The carbon emission is one of the important component that causing the pollution. So the pollution that is being accumulated in the environment, as you know, the consequence and all, ozone layer disruption and heating up of the earth surface, and the sea levels are being increased, and the earth size will keep on decreasing. Some of the islands will disappear sooner or later. And apart from this, there is a high chance of disappearing the fauna and flora on the earth. So as you know, one of the reasons some of the species that they have now disappeared from the earth, like if you take the example of the dinosaurs, they have disappeared. And some of the species of the plant as well as the animals, they are disappearing. And if you see the ocean environment, because of the pollution, so many species have been washed away and they are being killed. So these are all the effects of the pollution. But how to address the pollution safely, having the safe energy? that's sustainable energy. This is the actual essence of this workshop that being organized for 2 days. So this safe energy is one of the means is the nuclear energy that you are going to deliberate for the next 2 days. The speakers will enlighten all of us. And this has you can use the very limited space and enriched nuclear material, you can have the largest amount of the energy. So this is the actual essence of it. So all the developed countries, they don't have any energy crisis because they are using safely the nuclear energy. So now the atomic research department of atomic energy, they have been contributing to the Indian government or India in these lines in various aspects. But it is also responsibility of every educational institution and also the students to promote this kind of the nuclear energy for the sustainable environment. So this is one of the aspects of it. So what would be the role of the students or the academia? So this is what the 2 days workshop that is being organized by Dr. Prashant and the department and the school is the way that you can penetrate into the minds of the young minds, growing minds, and the educators. These are the future of the nation. The students, it should go into the minds. And the students, your responsibility is to see that this message goes across the country, especially the people, those who are having some kind of apprehension about the nuclear energy. For every scientific advancement, certainly there will be limitations will be there. So you must have seen some of the nuclear accidents, but it doesn't mean that we should stop the nuclear energy. So they're all accidents, not actually planned for it. So when there is a tsunami in Japan, there was an accident. So that is a natural calamity. So it doesn't mean that. So in the place where I was coming from, a state where there is a place where we have the rich in the uranium, but when the people wants to harvest that uranium, people politically they are instigating the local people, those who are not educated or half educated. So that by taking this one, everybody will get a cancer. So cancer is a different thing. So once you are directly exposed continuously to that one, that mutates the cells. So that is different aspects altogether. But people are actually uneducated, people are actually being misled, and therefore they stopped it. Government, for political reasons, they stopped it. So these are all the students who should take care of these kind of messages to the villages and rural setup where this is the safest one. When harvesting any nuclear material from the environment and keeping in a safe place will never harm any people, and that can be safely used for the energy. So this is the only now alternative energy, especially for the countries like India. We have to someday or the other, we have to definitely depend. So Dr. Prashant actually indicated so many statistics, though I cannot remember all those things. But finally, we have to outnumber all the hydro or whatever the other sources of the energy should be replaced by the large extent with the nuclear energy. So this is the time of the hour. So what the students also, apart from educating, you should also contribute for the research. Any research can be developed in a sophisticated to make the safest nuclear fuel and also the best possible way to get the energy and utilize it. So students also should get involved into the research area where you can actually promote such a kind of energy, nuclear energy. And also I congratulate the department for taking such a kind of initiative every time. This is my second second program that I am attending from this department. It's a wonderful workshop that you have planned for it. And also I wish that all the students, irrespective of the subject, they should attend these kind of sustainable goals or sustainable development programs of the academic year. So I once again congratulate Professor Prashant and the school and also the department, everyone, and also the team that has been working together to make this program as a great success.
Thank you, sir, for the kind words and always being a constant support for our department. Now, it is high time to listen to the audio address by Madam France Marquet, Madanjit Singh Foundation Trustee and a pillar of support for all the activities of the department. Let's listen to the few words of Madam France Marquet on the event.
I must apologize because unfortunately, due to previous commitment, I will not be able to attend the conference. Although our founder UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador Madanjit Singh's career was in the Indian Foreign Service, he was basically a scientist who wrote his thesis on chemistry and more precisely on the use of rare sands in the nuclear energy. After seeing the horrific and devastating consequences of Hiroshima and Nagasaki explosions, he was against the military use of nuclear energy, but admired the 20th century French researcher Marie Curie, winner of 2 Nobel Prizes, one in chemistry and the other in physics, that changed the understanding of radioactivity and heralded the use of radiation in medicine. I am confident that many more such events will follow in the future. I also thank Sri S. Vijayaraghavan and Dr. S. Chandrasekaran, who were instrumental in facilitating this meeting and helped bring this event to fruition. I thank all the experts of the Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, Sri T. Rajkumar, Sri Ram Kumar Maiti, Sri C. V. Srinivas, Dr. S. Chandrasekaran, Sri Sanjay Kumar Das, Dr. Tirupanasu Iduri, for opening a new era of collaboration in an essential field. In the name of my fellow trustee and myself, I wish you a fruitful day of exchange. Thank you.
Now, I would like to invite our guest, Dr. C.V. Srinivas, Head Environment Assessment Division, Safety, Quality and Research Management Group, IGCAR.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be a part of this unique national workshop on advances in nuclear energy for sustainable environment, being conducted, organized by Pondicherry University in association with IGCAR Kalpakkam. This workshop gives us a way out to come out with the goals for the coming decades of how to frame our energy requirements of the country in the wake of global warming, climate change that has been observed and taken place due to the fossil fuels which have been enormously used in our energy production as well as in other sectors, and the consequences we have already faced in terms of changing the climate patterns, facing extreme weather conditions and natural disasters, and not only natural disasters but the environmental consequences, the health consequences, the biodiversity degradation, forest degradation, and so many aspects that we have seen over the last few decades. Now the temperature has been projected to be around more than 3 degrees if we allow the carbon emissions to continue in the next 50 years. So the projected temperature change will be, the rise will be up to 3.2 degrees if we don't take measures to control the carbon emissions in the environment. Therefore, the stage has already been set by all the countries in the world. They have realized sufficiently, though they have ruthlessly used the fossil fuels for the last century for the energy generation. But now it has been realized that we have to use energy resources in a very justifiable manner in order to curb these carbon emissions and protect our environment. And today's this workshop is highly relevant to this theme, and I appreciate Professor Harun Prasad and his team for coming out with this unique theme, which is practically useful for the society, the governments, and also the people as a whole of the globe. I thank you very much for making me a part of this workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are delighted to have you here, and we look forward for an excellent lecture with you in the upcoming sessions. Thank you once again. Now, I would like to invite Sri Sanjay Kumar Das, Head Safety Engineering Division, Fast Reactor Technology Group, IGCAR, to have a few words.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Arun, dignitaries on the stage, students, other faculty members of the university, and my colleagues from IGCAR. Good morning, everyone. As Dr. Srinivasan said, really this is an opportunity for us to get involved with you people who are the next generation for the country. And I'll just make a point of whatever Dr. Arun has told, the projection of few gigawatts and all over the years. They are not just possible without three factors. One is technological improvement, which goes by default with all the technology. But for nuclear, the other two things are confidence from the investor, and the third one and the most important is public acceptance, for which probably we are here today. So this kind of workshops or these platforms are going to really strengthen that particular acceptance. You might have all seen the fate of this KK and NPP plant, which is in our neighborhood. How much opposition was there from the local public. So these kind of things are actually going to backtrack this particular program of nuclear energy being expanded and making it net zero by 2070. So definitely these kind of initiatives by Pondicherry University or this green technology and a few other platforms where this IGCAR faculties or maybe any nuclear faculty from India are having an opportunity to interact with people like you, definitely is going to strengthen this particular bonding. You will be carrying this particular message. Maybe by the end of the day, all of you will agree that all the reactors are not nuclear bombs. So that is a misnomer, whatever people carry at some part of the country even today. So those kind of things will be erased probably with deliberations of such kind of workshops. That is why I congratulate this team for arranging this, and definitely will take this opportunity to satisfy all your queries at the end of the day. So I wish the workshop a good success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the kind words. We are delighted to have you here and look forward to an excellent lecture with you in the upcoming session. Thank you once again. Now it is time to meet the guest, Dr. S. Tribura Sundari, Head SSSD MSG IGCAR. We are profusely delighted to take this opportunity to invite our guest to address the event with a few words.
Good morning to one and all, to the dignitaries on the dais, and to the very young dignitaries of the dais, faculty members, and my dear colleagues. So this workshop is a warranted one, and I see it as having two goals. One is to meet the energy requirement, and another one is this is a platform for students to exchange ideas, knowledge, and have their basics really clarified to a crystal clear clarity. And this workshop will be an opportunity for students to try to connect or make a connection between what they have studied and what is research all about. There is a clear gap between the two where you study something in your colleges or in your subjects, in your study curriculum, and then when you come to research, you see a gap. And so this workshops of these kinds will certainly try to bridge the gap. And another thing about such workshops is they are the basis of nucleation of ideas. They are the incubation centers for ideas. And a point that I would want to stress for students is that no idea is bad. And in case you get some results which are really contrary or counterintuitive, I would say that these ideas should not be dismissed, because the history of discoveries shows that these kinds of experiments with serendipity by chance that have led to a lot of revolution in the fields of, let us say, medical. Example is the discovery of penicillin by Alexander Fleming was a very classic case. And of course also the discovery of X-rays by Rontgen. So I urge upon the students to take any idea or any experiment seriously and try to reach to the logical conclusion. So the question of meeting the energy is of paramount importance, and the government of India is spending a lot now or has allocated a lot of money for the small and modular reactors. This is a big dream, and I look forward for the students to contribute in this in a very big way, and this kinds of workshops will go a long way in doing this. I thank the organizers for having given me this opportunity to participate in such a wonderful workshop. Thank you very much.
Now it is high time to listen to the video address by Dr. Benno Bor, UNESCO Regional Office, New Delhi, for a few words on the event.
Food and energy security. The paradox is that energy energy must be abundant and reliable, but also just, sustainable, and ecologically sound. And let's be honest, we should have started much earlier. As early as the 19th century, scientists warned against the unbridled exploitation of natural resources with a surge of scientific studies on pollution, overpopulation, and resource depletion, and the dangers of unrestrained fossil fuel use. The evidence was clear. The projections were sound. Climate change was not a surprise. It is a slow-motion emergency that too many ignored and some still do. Had leaders at the time truly understood and acted on professional, science-based environmental assessments, we could have achieved a more stable and equitable energy system by now, with fewer climate disasters, lower costs, and far less human suffering. UNESCO played a vital role by fostering climate literacy and environmental education from classroom to policymaking, by strengthening scientific cooperation across borders, by ensuring that the energy transition is about humanity, about people, knowledge, and shared responsibility. Here is the path forward. Clean energy must lead as soon as possible. Nuclear energy should be used carefully with strong safeguards on cooling water and nuclear waste. The annual production and consumption of fossil fuels should be phased out in a realistic timeframe. Currently, this is still growing. Coal, gas, and oil companies have already begun to call themselves energy companies.
To wind up the inaugural session, I would like to invite Professor Prashant Ravindran, Coordinator of NWANEC 2025, to propose a vote of thanks for this session.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, respected Dean, HOD, and dignitaries on the dais, and faculty members, dear students. Today, we have the opportunity to learn from the top nuclear scientists of our country. I'm not extending my speech without any delay. Let me do my duty. On behalf of our department, I extend my sincere thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Prakash Babu, for his esteemed presence, leadership, and help for conducting this workshop. I extend my sincere thanks to our Dean, whose dynamic leadership and help for conducting this workshop. And I extend my sincere thanks to all the scientists from IGCAR for their agreement for attending this conference and their lecture. And I thank our HOD for his dynamic leadership for organizing this event. And I sincerely thank all our faculty members for their collective leadership for organizing this conference. And also I thank for all our students for their hard work of our organizing this conference. And also thank all the participants for their valuable presence and gracing this occasion. Thank you all.